We've got drumsticks actually just in those bins right there. We need to sift and get the seeds out of there because there's seeds in those drumsticks that we just harvested off of a tree. This episode is going to be why are my moringa trees yellowing? So a lot of questions. Why are my leaves yellowing? The moringa tree leaves are yellowing because they're dropping off. They're growing new green growth up top. The solar panels have already consumed the hours needed to provide the growth. These are the first ones, you know, like it's shedding its skin. We don't have the same skin. We outgrow, our hair grows, and we cut it off. It falls out. Same thing. We are trees. This is its hair, and yes, I love that. I love that. I've never even like said it like that, but I make these connections every time I talk about it, and I realize, man, more and more we're like people, or we're like trees, and trees are like people. And so if it's looking like that, it's giving you signs. You know, is it malnourished? Is it turning white? You know, has it? It's if it's turning white, it's used all the nutrients in there, and you've got to feed it. You've got to give it some compost. You got to give it some tea. Let's give this baby some tea right here, actually. Oh yes. There you go, baby. Oh yeah. So I just fed this little moringa tree some moringa tea. It's got minerals, vitamins. Why shouldn't the tree enjoy it if I'm enjoying it? So it's going to get that extra growth spurt. It's going to drop those lowers off. It's going to continue to grow up top from that little piece right there. As long as that's looking healthy and you can get that to come back, you can actually pop that off. What we'll do here regularly is we'll pop that top off just like that. Just pop that little tippy top. Eat that. And then that will stop the growth up. It'll bring that energy back down to the roots. It'll start pushing those roots out, and as it comes back up, it'll sprout 2 new tips. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Moringa, for just doing that and being in the know. Thank you for just allowing me to know what you're doing and the processes of what's happening. So it's okay if your leaves are yellowing. They could yellow because maybe too much water. They could yellow because it's too hot. Moringa trees love full sun in the ground, but if they're in a pot, if they're in a pot, they may not be able to have direct sun, straight sun. So keep them in some broken sun in a pot, some shade on a balcony is perfect. Once you can get that tree in the ground, full sun is great. Now I'm saying full sun, Tampa full sun. That's like Mars. So that's why it's like Tampa full sun in the summer. I mean, you feel like you're in Mars. So wherever else you may be, if you're on a northern climate and it's in a pot, it may be able to take full sun. It's more intense down here because of the water particles in the air. And actually, the sun is just, the UV is just, it's just intense right now. I mean, the sun is pure white right now. It used to be a lot different than it is now. I mean, when you see that sun in the middle of the day, man, it's just. And so sometimes you can keep these trees in pots in partial sun, not to dry them out too much. If they start to taco and shrivel up and wither, it might be too dry.